Hello everyone and Avon Wings and the Avon family. Thank you for being here with me. We're gonna have a great training today to get you ready for the next week. And I have been doing the videos on my timeline so that you can also share it. I was doing it in at my groups and I was having a tough time sharing it. So I want to be able to have it accessible to everyone so that you can also share it with your team and let your team know that we are doing these consistently at least once a week, depending on my schedule. Hello, Rosa, superstar. You are the superstar. Hi, Avon, Lisa, Jessica. My cousin Ruben is here too. Brenda, Jessica. Hi, you guys. Thank you for being here. My Avon friends, my Avon family, and my family. So it's been a great week, full of events and catching up after Red Fest. I want to show you my bracelet. It's a bracelet. I was kind of confused when I showed it to you at the last video. I really thought it was a necklace until one of my representatives brought it to me and they said, oh, this is like the Pandora idea. So I'm in love with this. And we got this at Red Fest. We're gonna be having a lot of new products coming out for the fourth quarter. So I want to give you guys an overview of how you can get started now building your business and planning your productive day. I also want to point out the what's new. They are posting a lot of success stories, and one in particular, this one here, Whole Trend. She is a superstar. We met her at one of the trips. She's from Alba Tavares' team. Very humble lady and very humble beginning. Read her story. It's on the What's New. And what I love about her story is that she talks about how she built her business with goals by setting goals and achieving them, and then setting new ones, one goal at a time. And that's important. Sometimes we make it overwhelming and we think that we're going to become millionaires from one day to the other, that we're going to have a successful Avon business one day to the other, when all we need to do is set and pace ourselves to work on different goals. And once you achieve your goals, then you set new ones. And believe me, by the time you achieve your first one, you'll be ready for the next challenge. And I call it challenge. So make sure that you stay motivated and you stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve, whether you have a business or whether you have anything else going. It's not only about a business, it's also about working on your personal life and doing something that's gonna get you to move to the next level and to continue to grow, not only financially but also personally. At this Campaign 20, we have Annie, and they talk about fundraising tips, how you can set up your fundraising, and also another testimonial, Alba Tavares. And then I was also featured in the Campaign 21 with my testimonial on the brush. So here, you guys, and I'm gonna tell you how Avon found me. I actually did a video on the brush because I also, as you know, that I train my team, but I also forward these videos to my helpers and also my customers. So I wanted to give them my experience, and I put it on YouTube. And then one of the Avon PR saw it, and they contacted me, and they said that they wanted to feature my testimonial because they liked what I said on my video. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I teach Avon Wings to do videos because it really increases sales. You also train your team. I'm gonna give you some reasons why training videos have helped me. I didn't do too well with webinars. I started webinars, and I had to pay, when I started, it was $60 a month to have my webinars. It worked for some representatives. It just didn't work for me. The attendance wasn't there. I thought that I wasn't consistent. So that's one of the reasons that I decided to start doing videos, because that way, you know, I give training to my team on their own time. They don't have to be committed to, you know, watching a webinar at the time. They can just go back to my channel and they can watch whatever training it is that they are looking for. So it really worked for me, and it made sense to do videos. And even when I get questions, I get tons of questions by private message. It's overwhelming sometimes because it feels like, when am I gonna get to all these questions? And what I do, I go to my YouTube channel, and then I send the video link. I tell them, thank you, here's the link, here's the video. If you have any questions, you can by all means contact me back. So that's the power of the videos, that I have been able to not only train Avon Wings, but also to answer a lot of the questions, because when you put your trainings out there, you also have to be committed to answering questions from other people, whether they are on your team or not. So let's take some questions today. Yes, no, it is a bracelet. It is a bracelet. I thought it was a necklace until I opened it, Rosa. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really love your comments and being here with me. We're going to talk about the day, about your productive day, my productive day. It's important that as you start, you know, looking at your business, that you realize what it is that you want to get out of it every day. What does this mean? That you must set goals as far as sales and also as far as leadership. When I started my Avon business, I quit a full-time job, like cold turkey. But I already had the experience. I knew how to sell. I loved the products, and I had to make it work. For me, it was not an option to say, no, I'm not going to work on my goals today, because I needed to bring in the money that I needed every day. So in order to replace my full-time job, I had to sell at least $900. I had to earn at least $900 in 2 weeks. Well, my leadership checks were $21, okay, every 2 weeks back then. There is no way I can accelerate what I was doing anymore. And I understood that I needed to build my team, but most of all, I needed to sell. I needed to have my sales. Before I start giving you ideas on how to set up your productive day, I want you to look at what you are good at. Yes, what it is that you are good at. Think about an activity that you did that you felt comfortable and yield a lot of results. Some people are, great at, sitting at a store and having customers come in. Other people feel comfortable about approaching other people. They want to be mobile. Other people want to, network with others. Other people like parties. They like to set up parties so that they can, do a group selling. Other ones have inventories and they, they sell at events and they do very well. So I want you to look at what you are good at and take that skill and explode it. Some of you are really good at selling, but you're just not maximizing the amount of selling activities in order for your selling skill to blow up. Now, why am I talking about selling? Because I hear a lot of my representatives, as you already know, I interact a lot with a lot of my team members. We have 10-minute calls, we have Zoom videos. Some of them, use the other social media videos like emo. We communicate through WhatsApp, through groups, through Messenger. So I have a lot of contact with different team members every day. Today I had a Zoom call with Veronica, and then we developed a skill that she has, that she found that she's really good at. So we made it stronger. We started sharing and developing different ideas. So that's exactly what I mean. That if you say, okay, I am good at fundraising. So Brenda says, fundraising have been the foundation to my business. Community is strong here. There you go. See, Brenda, thank you for sharing. She's good at fundraising. Let's share what you think you're good at, you guys, and then that way you can leave this video call with the confidence that you need to develop even more your skill. So I know that a lot of you, yes, Rosa has many great skills. Share one with us, Rosa. What it is that you feel like you're good at mostly. A lot of people are good at just about everything, but it has to be one particular trade that you say, okay, I'm really good at this, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna explode it. For me, I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I was good at events, door to door. I love door to door. I like to interact with people a lot. I also like to train. I love training my team. I love to work with groups, a lot of groups of people. I'm not very comfortable with, face-to-face approaching, even though I do it now. But, I found what it is that I was good at, and I made it even bigger. So let's share what it is that you're good at. Leadership. Okay. Marie, you feel strong at leadership. Absolutely. That's great. We're going to give you some ideas about that too. That they can be independent. Rosa likes helping other women to become independent. That's something that you feel comfortable about doing. So your activities have to be around that so that you can maximize how, your potential and how you can use your skill to grow your business. So, what I'm trying to get at is that if, for example, if you did an open house and you did not do very well, you did not feel comfortable, then find something that you can do other than that and focus on it and explode it. It has to be something, you guys. So write down different skills that you feel you're most effective at doing, and just develop and explode and focus on that one skill. Okay, so let's talk about our day. I do a lot of coaching calls with our team, and we do the 10-minute call. Sometimes they rather do video calls. When the first thing that I ask them, let's talk about your week. Let's talk about your week. Usually, if we are starting it, then we haven't had the communication. Then, I tell them, tell me about your week. And sometimes, they're very disappointed because it didn't go as they thought it would go. But you have to break it down. I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can do this. Get your calendar. So I know a lot of you also rather to use the electronics. I'm a visual person, so I use my calendar. And in that calendar, it would also help you, by the way, at the end of the year to calculate your taxes for your business. Because what I do every year, my assistant at the end of the year, she writes down all my events and where they are, and then we calculate mileage on those events. And the activities that we have, we calculate how much money we spend. So it's actually great for you to track down your activities. And you will be surprised how you will forget what it is that you did during the week, but you will always remember that one day when you worked your business and it was unsuccessful. Okay? So, for example, this is what I mostly get. My team, how was your week? Oh, it wasn't really good. And I'm like, okay, great. Let's talk about your week. What did you do Monday? No, Monday, no. Okay. How about Tuesday? No, Tuesday. No, Tuesday I had things to do. How about Wednesday? No, Wednesday was not a good day either. Okay, so let's talk about Thursday. Okay. Oh, Thursday I went and I did, I gave out some books. Great. So let's talk about your contacts. How many names, numbers, and emails did you do? No, I didn't get any names, numbers, and emails. Okay, how many books did you pass out? Okay, I passed out over 100 books. Okay, great. So that is the kind of conversations that I have with my team. And then at the end, I don't make them feel bad. I just want them to realize that everything is centered on productive activities. So it just turned out that there was one day of productive work that was basically a book tossing. And you all know that book tossing and something that is not a direct approach, the return is very low. You have less than a 10% of a return with these kind of activities. I'm not telling you that it's not productive. I'm telling you that some activities are more productive than other activities, and you must be willing to understand that the less productive activities must be followed by many more, whether they're less productive or more productive. For example, you do book tossing. And by the way, I love book tossing. That's how I grew my business. I had literally a book at every doorstep around my neighborhood. And even my representatives would tell me, how do you do it? I went to clean these houses in this neighborhood, and every house had one of your books on their driveway. I consider book tossing a very low productive activity because you actually don't have the contact with the person. So I had to basically do book tossing the entire day. Literally, I had to, give out anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 books every campaign. I had to find a way to get all those books out. And and I knew that was just a start. As I started doing appointments and as I started building my team, I developed more confidence. But it turned out that when I signed up a representative or I had a customer with book tossing, that the same activity my new team member would do. So remember, whatever activity it is that you pick, your new team member is going to mimic it, is going to duplicate it. If you start recruiting door to door, your new team member is going to do the same. So what I tended to do is once I found a recruit, or once I found a helper, with the helpers is different, because with the helpers they can help me sell by doing the same thing that I did, by reaching out to the neighbors. Well, if I find somebody by doing door to door, that means that she's going to cover her entire neighborhood. And then I always, once I sign them up, I tell them, that what I did is totally duplicatable. And I tell them, how can this activity help you grow your business? It was easy enough, right? She said, yes, I was able to relate to it. So by you doing what it is that you're doing to attract and bring in new team members, that means that you're also going to develop a duplicatable plan for your team. So I want you to look at your day and share with me, share with everybody, how was your Monday? How was your Tuesday? How was your Wednesday? How was your Thursday? How was your Friday? And how was your Saturday? And today, Sunday, how was your Sunday? And write down the activities that you did for that week and analyze it as far as productive activities. I'm gonna give you different ways to kind of mix all these activities together. When I first got started, I was out in the field all day. Seriously, I was on a plan. I was not taking anything. I was like, I wanted to build my business, and I did it every day. I was out in the field every day. And then when I got home, I worked endlessly, late hours at night, to the point that sometimes it was exhausting. You don't have to do it that way if you don't have a sense of urgency. I did. But even with the sense of urgency that I had to replace my full-time job, I still enjoyed every minute of my crazy business. I always found a way to have fun at every appointment, to make sure that my work was all done every day. I'm going to give you some tips besides the field time how you can follow up when, it's raining at home, when, outside, when it's raining outside, when it's snowing, when it's not so good to go out. It's been raining here for this entire week. So we have had a lot of rain here in Florida. That doesn't mean that we're gonna stop and not do what we're supposed to be doing. So I replace a lot of the activities that I do in the field with the ones at home. You're gonna be surprised how many follow-ups and lead conversion you can do over the phone. How many trainings you can do, training videos that you can do to help your team or to send to one of your customers. The purpose is to make sure that you stay active in your Avon schedule, you guys. When I talk about goals with all of you, that's something that's so important to me because, for example, I was talking to my husband yesterday, day before yesterday, and then he says, so what is your goal? He tells me for campaign 26. And I said, well, my goal is to become platinum executive. And then he says, so forget about gold executive. And I said, yes, I don't even know the requirements to become a gold executive. I know the requirements to become a platinum executive, and I'm going for it. And then, he looks at me and then he says, okay, so I understand what you're trying to do, but it's like you have to believe in what it is that you're going to do. Even if you're not even halfway there, you always have to know that whatever it is that you're working on is what you're going to do because you have it in writing. So write down in your calendar your productive activities, and when you decide to say that your Avon business is not working, then look at your calendar and determine why you did not have a successful week. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to network and the results that you need to have during the day. Work on 20 contacts. Talking to at least 20 people, okay? That's your goal. You just get out there and talk to 20 people. Now, from those 20 people, you're going to have at least 3 contacts, 3 names, numbers, and email addresses that you can follow up and that you're going to close the deal out in the field. Believe me, it's gonna get better. You're not going to believe how much you're gonna get out of what it is that you're gonna be doing by just, focusing on that daily goal, okay? Brenda, when I feel stuck, I go through some of your older YouTube videos. It works amazing. Thank you so much for following. And platinum, yeah. Write down what it is that the goal that you want to do, because believe me, I have seen so many representatives that say, okay, I want to get to gold leader, but they don't even know the requirements of getting to gold leader. Come on, you guys, you must know your requirements. You have to know the compensation plan. You have to know what it is that you're working towards. So, for example, for me to become platinum, I don't know what a goal requirement is. I know the platinum because I have it written down on a piece of paper and I look at it every day, literally. I need $300,000 in team sales. I need 8 gold leaders. and I need 10 silver ambassadors. So I have my goals set in writing. I know that the only way to get there is for me to increase my team members, to get out there and do what I have to do, to make sure that I bring in the amount of representatives that are going to become part of my growth. And don't worry about the ones that leave. That happens. You're looking for your 1%. I know that sometimes you might say, oh, I'm disappointed because, this team member that I was working with, she decided to leave the business. You guys, it's not you. It doesn't, not everybody can be a doctor. Not everybody can be a dentist. How many people quit their jobs? So why won't they quit on their business? It's not for everybody. So stop beating yourself up that your team member quit because of you. It can be circumstances. It can be that they're not ready for it. It can be so many things. And instead of beating yourself up because you're losing team members, find a way to get out there and to replace them, because it's that much more fun when you're working with new people than when you're working with the people that you have already trained. If you already trained the representative and you already know that that representative is capable of duplicating your training, then move on to somebody else. And yes, I'm not saying to leave that representative. If she wants to be and partner with you, just make sure that you understand that whatever business you're doing is going to be divided, that you're not giving that person business or doing his or her job, that you're partnering together and continue to become a team, but that both businesses have to continue to grow. Because if you continue to grow with that person, then you're going to stay stuck with that one person. You have to branch out, and you have to continue to duplicate what it is that you do with other people on your team. Okay, so let's take oh, you're welcome, you guys. Find the requirements for each level. Okay, that's a great question. When you go to youravon.com, under leadership, you have all the handouts. There's also videos, fun videos that talk about the compensation plan. And when you go to Avon University, there is a calendar where you can register to the different webinars. And I suggest that you take those webinars, because you can even ask questions directly to Avon, and you can also, share your enthusiasm and your ideas. By the way, for those of you who are at least ambassadors, okay, that's the third level of leadership, you are eligible to participate in the AUL Academy, okay? So you have to be recommended by your team leader or your district manager. So if you are an ambassador, at least an ambassador, you can already start the AUL Academy training. And the silver ambassadors, I believe they are automatically invited once they become silver. But for those of you who have the urge to grow and you are at the performing at ambassador level, please reach out to your team leader or your district manager so that you can join the AUL Academy, okay? I have to know what you need to achieve, your goals, otherwise Have no clue how close you may be. Exactly. Believe under opportunities on your website. It's under leadership. In the leadership, and then all the leadership incentives are there. Many people selling. Are there many people selling $1,500, which can get a commission? Of course, there's people that are selling way more than that. In order for you to become a president's counsel, you have to sell at least an average of $4,000 a campaign. And all you have to do is say your first goal. That's a great question, Latrina. I'm gonna tell you how easy it is for you to start with your selling goal. Okay, the first thing that I work with my new representatives, I tell them, okay, I'm gonna show you how you can earn your first $200. Find your first 20 customers, okay? So they go and find their first 20 customers. Believe me, it's not about a $500 order. It's about having the amount of customers that you need. And all that is doable by working on finding them. So once you make your goal of $500 every 2 weeks, then you move up to the other goal, to finding your next 20 customers. So there you'll have $1,000 with 40 customers. Now you want $1,500, and by the way, it's $1,600. It's $1,575, but I always round it up to $1,600. So now you have your 40 customers. Move up to 60 customers, because that's going to give you the average that you need. And also consider working with helpers. Consider, some of those customers that know a lot of people, just tell them, listen, I want you to share this book with your friends. I will give you my discounts. What does it take to do that? To be able to reach out to your customer and say, share this book. I know you know a lot of people. You work a full-time job. Can you give this book at your office and take orders from me? I will give you my discounts. How would you like to have my discounts? Okay, it says the credit limit. Do I have to pay the remainder? Not the entire $1,600 up front. You pay a deposit. You pay a deposit, and is not. Don't look at, I don't have enough money to pay my deposit. Start saving, because one of the things that you can do is to set up an account for your business. And if you're building your sales and you made $200 for that campaign with a $500 order, then put that money into a savings account. And then do it again the next campaign, you'll have $400. Then do it again the next campaign, you'll have $600. Do it again the next campaign, and then you'll have $800. With $800, you can, start with, you can place a big order and have the money to pay for it. But I just don't understand why, some people say, no, but I have to pay a deposit. It's the same thing. You're going to pay for that order in 2 weeks, or once it gets there. Just make sure that you're not restricting yourself with placing your orders, because you do not have the credit to pay for your order. So I hope this helps. That's 20, yes, 20, exactly. Just go by 20, by 20, by 20, and by 20. And then you'll see that you're going to be able to build your customers, and it's going to be easier to do. When I tell you, okay, you sell $4,000, you get to President's Council. rather than saying, let's find your first 20 customers, and then your first 20, and your first 20, and your first 20, and then start finding your helpers, so that they can get your discounts. You don't have to, undersell your products and your profit. Just, you just give your helpers a great discount, your discount, and they will be more than happy to help you collect orders and collect the money. Okay? So if you don't have any more questions, that was my training today. I want to make sure that you guys know that your day is based on productive activities, and that when you think that your week is not going well, you need to sit down and look at your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What were your productive activities? How could you make your week more productive by getting contacts and doing the follow-up? You should be able to have at least 15 contacts that you can call and set up appointments. And for those of you who are working on fundraisers, the goal is to contact at least 3 organizations a day. And the way that I do it also, I use my calendar. It's an easy way, and a notebook. And then in the notebook, I keep all the notes for that organization. And then I do my follow-ups 2 days after. So I overlap each contact that I have to do with the purpose of getting at least one fundraiser going, a campaign. Okay, so for those of you who doing the fundraisers, make sure that you have the follow-up. For those of you also calling leads, you use your notebook, you have your notes, but use your calendar and write the names of the people that you have to follow up on that day. So when you open your calendar, you say, okay, I have to call this person, and this person, and then you do all that. You incorporate that into your day. So I'm gonna give you one last tip of what works for me. I sometimes I have a lot of different activities, events, and things that I had to do throughout the day, and it gets overwhelming. Sometimes I don't even feel, when I come from an event that is hot, it's tiring. Sometimes I don't even feel like talking to anybody. I just feel like, just getting my work done at the office and organizing, my event, because sometimes it's a lot of work. But what it has helped me is that if I have follow-ups to do, then I take 1 hour, and I call it the power hour, where I call as many people and I do as many follow-ups as I can do in 1 hour. So I call that my power hour, because I know that even if I had a day full of activities and events, that it's only gonna take me 1 hour to make sure that I stay in touch and I do my follow-ups. For those of you who have children or teenagers at home, teach them how to do your follow-ups. They're good at texting. They can give you a lot of ideas on how to upload your YouTube channels. Just compensate them with products, with money. You do this for me, I will pay you, this much an hour. Give him responsibility. One of the things that I did for my son is that he sees what we do, so he knows that he has to do his own activities, his own things, so that he can move up and continue to grow as a teenager, to build his future. And one of the questions that I ask him every day, I ask him, what did you do today that's gonna help you build your future? I always tell him that. What is it that you did today that's gonna help you build your future? And you don't know how powerful is that you have a business and that you are influencing your family, you're building a kid's legacy, you're leading by example, and you are creating this this contagious thing of wanting to become an entrepreneur. And that's what I have. That's the legacy that I feel proud that I have left my family. That even though there's no business owners in my family, my immediate family, that they know that I am, and that I have taught them to become one and not to work their entire lives to retire poor, to not have the money that they need to retire wealthy. And that's our goal. Work hard, you guys, now, because when you're retired, when you don't have the energy to do it, then you're gonna regret it. You're gonna feel like you lost so much time because you were not disciplined enough to take on the challenge and work hard for your future. It will work out, believe me. Don't look at the results. Just get out there, do your business. Make sure you find a way. If you don't drive, take the bus. Ask a friend to drop you off at a shopping center. But make sure that you have some kind of contact with people. And if you're good online, by all means, advertise online, advertise in the groups, build a business from home, but figure out a way what it is that you are good at and do it so that you can have a set schedule without frustration every day. Remember, the same things that I do are not the same things that you can do or that you're capable of doing. Some of you have a full-time job. Some of you, have small children, responsibilities, whatever it is that you have. But just set up some kind of time during that day consistently to reach out to as many people as you can to get at least 3 contacts with names, numbers, and email addresses that you can follow up. That's the goal. Whether you do 20, the goal is to have at least 3 contacts a day. So come back with your suggestions and let us know how you did. And let's motivate everybody. We have a group, our Build It Big Now group. It's growing, and I love that everyone there is sharing and is very kind and good to each other. You must be an Avon representative and have the mind of wanting to succeed, and we have been able to do that. We have been sharing great things in the group. So if you are an Avon representative and you like to be part of the group, it's Build It Big Now. I will continue to do a live video for the next weeks. That at 5 is going to be in Spanish. So make sure that you invite your Spanish team. We're going to talk about the same thing. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I hope that this video, we cover some of your difficulties that are stopping you from moving and growing to the next level. You're doing an amazing job. You just have to figure out a way to make it more productive so that you can have the results that you are looking for in your Avon business or any other business that you're doing. I know many of you who are in other direct sales companies also follow me, and even if you're not in other direct sales companies, the message that I always put out, it's from my experience, and it's gonna help you in every level to become a better person and to continue to grow and continue to have better things, because we deserve it. We all deserve to have the best, especially in this country, the land of the opportunities. So see you on the next video. Thank you so much for being with me live. I will post it also on Facebook so that you can share it with your team. Thank you, everyone. Bye.